Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching. I wanted to go over really fast with you a W-4. This is extremely important. This affects your taxes, and while you can't do anything about how you had it filled out in 2023, moving forward in 2024, we can do better. So I really want to share this with you, break it down, and show you exactly where and what you need to put so that you make sure that you're withholding or not withholding enough. Because if you do not take anything out of your paycheck, if you have too many withholdings out of your paycheck, and that means they don't take out any money, come tax time, you're going to owe. You are going to owe a tax bill. You have to pay taxes, period. You have to pay taxes. There are very few exceptions, but if you are going to a job, you're an honest American, and you have to fill out a W-4, I want you to watch this video, and then I want you to go directly to your employer, and I want you to make sure that you have it filled out correctly. So here we go. Let's take a deep dive into this. So this is a W-4. This is for 2024. This is right off the IRS's website. I really want you to read what you are putting on here. I'm not going to read everything. You're a competent adult. You got a job. I'm going to assume that you can read. So I want to focus on claiming dependents and other adjustments. This says if your total income will be $200,000 or less, $400,000 or less if married filing jointly, multiply the number of qualifying children under age 17 by $2,000, and you put that number here. Now, this is saying if you have 5 kids and you multiply it by 2,000, you'll have $10,000 here. And if you make less than $200,000, they're not going to take out very much out of your paycheck. Okay? And while this is true, you can put that, but there are so many variables, okay? So I would get my tax professional, my accountant, whoever does my books, whoever does my taxes, and I would say, here's what I have. I am just a single mom, and I have 5 kids, and what do I need to put here? Do I need to claim everything? Do I need to claim all my dependents? Do I need to take out? I have no side gigs. I'm not going to make any extra side money. What should I put? Or you say, hey, look, we're married filing jointly. I have these other 2 businesses. I have a W-2. She has a 1099. What should we do? Okay, get with them and they can help you. But as a general rule of thumb, okay, here is what I would suggest. I would not claim as much as you can, okay? Because they're not going to take out a lot of taxes, and if you make more money than you anticipated, or you do something else and get a different job, and then you didn't make as much money and they don't take out as much taxes, you're going to owe. May not be a whole lot, but you're going to owe. So I want you to just use some reason here. Now, while we don't want to give the government an interest-free loan, that means if you have 5 kids and you only claim 0 on everything and they just take out bukus of money all year, and hey, if you want to do it that way, you like the government, you want to share with them, let them earn some money off your money, go for it, But if you make less than $100,000 a year, and you have 1 child, and your wife makes less than $100,000 a year, and one of you only needs to be claiming 1, and the other one only needs to be claiming 0, because I saw a return and it just made my heart drop. But you've got to use some wisdom, okay? You've got to use some wisdom, okay? If the government seems like they're trying to help, please stop and assess and find out. Research what has happened every time the government has tried to help somebody, okay? You don't want to give them an interest-free loan, but at the same time, you don't want to not pay anything. And it's better to have it taken out of your pay when you earn it than it is to wait a year and then come back and go, oh, I owe $5,000. Darn it. Okay? So you just don't want to get there. Okay. So here is where you put, like, if you had 2 kids, it'd be 2 times 2,000, $4,000. Use discretion. Use discretion there. If you have 5 kids, don't claim all 5 kids. If you're making less than $100,000, don't claim all 5 kids. I mean, if you're making more than $100,000, don't claim all 5 kids. I wouldn't even claim all 5 if I was making more than 50,000, but that's my opinion. Multiply the number of other dependents. So if you have children between 18 and 24 who go to college, live with you full time, you can get extra $500 there. Or if you have an other dependent, please talk to your tax professional what other dependent would be if it's not a child if it's not your child. And you can put that there. Wouldn't do it. It's not worth it. If they make any kind of income and can claim themselves, or they make too much, it's going to hurt you, because then again, if they didn't fill out their W-4 right and they owe taxes, it's going to hurt your tax bill. Wouldn't do it. I would just put 0 there. And then this says add the amounts above for qualifying children and other dependents you may have, and you put the total there. Other income not from jobs. If you want to hold for other income you expect this year that won't withhold. So like if you're a waitress and you know they're not going to hold money out of your tips, this is an example, you say, okay, I know I need to hold $50 extra a week out of that. Deductions, if you expect to claim deductions other than those, I think this should be 0, period. Extra withholdings, so like you can make a certain amount of money, and if you claim a couple of your kids, if you made over $100,000, I wouldn't claim anything. I'd go 0, but that's me. That's my opinion. Every tax professional, every person is going to be different, and you are going to be unique. If you have a job, if you have a sole proprietorship and you're bringing in cash and you come in and you also have a W-2 and you haven't paid any taxes on your sole proprietorship, which you're supposed to do quarterly, by the way, and you didn't have enough withheld out of your job, your W-2 on your W-4, you're still going to owe taxes. Okay? So it doesn't matter if they're taking out taxes on your W-4. If you have any kind of side gig on the side and you're going to claim it on your taxes so you can get your home office and your phone and your internet and whatever else you want to try to write off, in order to claim that, have to pay taxes, because it doesn't matter how many deductions that you take. If you haven't paid taxes, you still have to pay. You have to pay. At the end of the story, you have to pay. So I'm here. I just want you to understand this is where it happens. This is where the magic happens, okay? So in a perfect world, it would just work. But everybody's not got the same situation. So please, again, go to your tax professional, your CPA, your EA, your whatever, and talk to them, not your cousin down the street, unless they're a CPA or an EA or a tax attorney. Somebody who knows the numbers and knows the rules and knows the laws and that can work with you on this, because there are so many variables, and this is a big deal. No side gigs, just W-2s. You want to make sure 100% that you are not overclaiming. Plain and simple. Don't overclaim. And this is where we run into problems. So if you have one child, even if you have 2, I would only claim 1. But if you have one child and you're married and you file jointly, claim the one child. One of you claim the one child, and the other one just put 0 in everything. Okay. So if you're claiming 1, it's going to be 2,000 here. You're going to put 0 here. You're going to put 2,000 here. And the rest of this is going to be 0. Now, if you want to hold extra withholdings, and I highly recommend this, I do it. If you're making more money and you don't feel like they're holding out enough, because I'm trying to find that sweet spot on my income. I'm trying to make it to where I'm holding out enough to pay the taxes, but I'm not holding so much that I get this ginormous refund. So I'm trying to find that even Steven thing right there, okay? That sweet spot. So you have to find that, and income is going to change year by year. It could. Next year, you might start your own business, and then everything's going to be different. And you might want to, move away from W-4. Then you pay taxes, self-employment taxes, and that's another thing I'm not getting into. But this is your W-4. It's an employee's withholding certificate. This is what your employer goes by on how much they are supposed to be taken out of your wages every pay period to pay the government. So how this works is the employer pays half and you pay half. So when you work for yourself, you pay all of it. So anyway, I hope that helps. I hope that somebody understands this. If you're a single mom and you have 3 kids and you make $75,000 a year, you're the only income, I would not claim all 3 kids. I would claim 2. And I say that because I would want to see how it goes. Okay. So if you get halfway through the year and you can change your W-4, and you know what? A tax professional could completely not agree with me on this. And then you talk to them. You go take it to them and talk to them. My opinion, not giving you tax advice, just trying to help somebody with their W-4 and understand that this is where they get the withholdings. If you're having to pay taxes this year, it's because most likely is because you didn't pay enough taxes in. And this is somewhere where we can help that. This is an area that you can change to have taxes taken out so that you don't have to pay in next year. This is something that you can be in control of. Not saying that this is always it, because sometimes it's you had a side gig and you didn't set aside money as you earned it to pay quarterly taxes, or you didn't pay quarterly taxes. So I just want everybody to understand what the W-4 is and how much power it actually has over your money. If you do not understand it, please, please, please get with somebody to ask them. You can email us and we will try to help you. Let's see if I can scroll down and see what happens. There it is right there. Okay, so this is what I would go by. If I'm making between $60,000 and $80,000 a year, and this is 2 different things, but if I'm making between 60 and 80,000, I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to say, okay, I need to be withholding $8,000 to $9,000 out of my paycheck in taxes. If they're not taking a rule of thumb, 10%. If you don't have 10% of income taxes withheld out of your check by middle of the year, it's wrong. If you've got more, depending on how much more, I would say leave it. But if it's not at least 10% in your income tax, I would check it. I mean, that's just me. I would so much rather you not have to pay. I'd rather you just have the money set aside and waiting for tax season to say, hey, look, I got the $5,000 I owe. But if we were all that great with our money, we wouldn't be having this conversation, would we? Okay. So I didn't know this before. I had to learn a lot, but I wanted you to see this. You can go down and kind of get a guesstimate. And again, just check it. Just check it. Check your W-4 when you go to work tomorrow. Go to your HR. Go log in to whatever portal they have for you to log in to check your pay stubs or whatever. Go in and check your W-4. It's imperative that you know what's going on and make sure there hadn't been some changes that you're not aware of. Computer glitches happen all the time. Not saying that it did to you, but you never know. So anyway, that's the W-4. Please go and make sure your W-4 is filled out okay. If you have any questions, you can always email us at McNear&Cruz. What is our email? McNearandCruz@gmail.com, or you can visit our website at McNearandCruz.com. We look forward to talking to you guys later. I hope this helps somebody, and I will see you guys later next time. Have fun.